Okay, ladies and gentlemen, let's put our new knowledge to work. Let's practice subtracting a little bit together. So make sure that you have a piece of paper and a pencil. If you need to pause, go ahead, and I'm going to pause just a moment so you can go grab a piece of paper and a pencil, or you can use the notes that you already have. For this example, we are going to stick to our U.S. traditional subtraction. This is the same subtraction that you just watched in the video. Let's look at A together. Now you guys know that Mrs. Adams likes to draw her lines to separate the columns, the place values. So I have the ones, tens, and hundreds. Go ahead, separate the place value on your paper. 876 minus 441. Starting with the ones, 6 minus 1 equals, well, 6 is greater than 1, so we do not have to regroup or trade. So we can just subtract 1 from 6. 6 minus 1 equals 5. 7 minus 4. Again, the highest number is on top. The largest number in the number line is on top. So 7 minus 4, we do not have to regroup or trade, equals 3. 8 minus 4 equals 4. Absolutely. Absolutely. Now, for me to determine if my answer is close to right, I'm going to estimate. So 876 is about 900. 441 is about 400. You could even say 450. 900 minus 400 equals 500. Is that pretty close? Yes, it's pretty close. It's pretty close. Let's look at B. 652 minus 538. The first thing I'm going to do is make an estimate. This time I'm going to start with my estimate. 652 is pretty close to 700. And I want to see your estimates on your paper, so be sure you're writing this down. 700 minus 538 is close to, yes, 500. So 700 minus 500 equals, you tell me, guys. Yes, 200. Now let's solve our problem. 2 minus 8. Well, 2 is less than 8. So my first step, 2 is less than 8. My first step is we need to regroup. I'm going to trade my 110 for 10 ones. Well, how am I going to do that? Cross out my 2. And I'm going to borrow 10 ones. So now my 5 becomes 4 and my 2 is 12. I took 10 from my tens column. 12 minus 8 equals, yes, 4. 4, because remember, I had to take one of these tens and put in my ones column. So I have 4 minus 3 equals, yes, 1. 6 minus 5 equals, absolutely, 1. So 114. Is that pretty close to 200? That's pretty close. It's pretty close. We could have had a different estimate, but that's okay. We're going to stick to our close to estimates. So it's pretty close. 114, close to 200. I would say that I am absolutely correct. Let's look at this next math box. Jen's goal is to hike about 200 miles on Wisconsin state trails. If she hikes 74 miles on Tuscobia, 49 miles on Glacial Drumlin, and 24 miles on Great River, how many more miles will she need to hike to reach her goal? We know her goal is about 200. That's pretty important information. Now, what do I already know? How many miles has she already hiked? She hiked 74, 49, and 24. Different trails, different places. But her goal is still 200. We need to know how many miles does she have left. First, let's estimate because we're looking at our word about here. So we're going to estimate because it's about. Let's estimate how many miles she has hiked in total. So 74 is close to 70. 49 is close to 50. And 24 is close to 20. So if I add those together, 7, carry down my zeros, 7 plus 5 equal, yes, 12. 12 plus 2 equals 14. So we know that she's hiked about 140 miles. But our question is, how many more miles will she need to hike to reach her goal? Remember, her goal is 200. So let's take 200 minus 140 because she's already hiked 140 miles. So we have 0. We're going to borrow here. 10 minus 4 equals 6. And then, of course, 1 minus 1 equals 0. So we know that she has about 60 more miles to go to reach her goal of 200. Again, to come to that answer, I rounded how many miles she already had. 70 is my round, 50 and 20. She has about 140. So I subtracted how much she had already hiked, and she has 60 miles to go. For number 3, write greater than, less than, or equal to make each number sentence true. 67 minus 10, is that greater than or equal to 57? Let's solve it. 67 minus 10 is 57. So is 57 equal to 57? Greater than or less to? Yes, equal. 11,000. It might help you to write it out like that. Is 11,000 greater than or equal to 11,300? Yes, less than. Remember, the big number gets the bite. 400 plus 40 plus 10. Let's solve it. 400 plus 40 equals 440 plus 10 equals 450. So I'm going to write that to remind myself. And 400 plus 50 equals 450. 5,000. Oh, sorry. So is that less than, greater than, or equal to? Yes, it's equal to. It's the same. 450, 450. Let's look at D. 5,000 minus 26. Is that less than or equal to 5,000? Again, I'm just going to go like this just to remind myself. Okay, so we're thinking here, if you take 26,000 away, 26 away from 5,000, do we actually have to solve it? No, because we know if we take anything away from 5,000, it's going to be less than. So 5,000 minus 26 is less than 5,000. And using our skills from yesterday, I would like for us to solve A together and then B on your own or independently. I'm going to draw my line to separate my columns, my place values. 7 plus 6 equals, yes, 13. I'm going to carry my 1. 1 plus 8 equals 9. And 9 plus 9, yes, 18. So my answer is 183. Now solve B on your own. To get you started, go ahead, separate your place values. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's absolutely a great job that you did on this assignment. I'd like for you to finish and submit it on Kami. If you have any questions, let me know, but please feel free to rewatch this video as well. It's going to help you.
Can I have a drink of your coffee?